have you ever gone to the ocean and you swam in the ocean and you turned around and realized that you're not on the same part of the beach that you started with, right? And you go, where's my towel? That happened to me a few years ago. I've talked about it before in the sermon, but we were in California. Lydia's mom used to live in California, and we were swimming in the ocean, and all the towels, and maybe there was a chair there or something like that, and I was just swimming, doing my thing with her brother, and bodyboarding and almost drowning, but that's beside the point. And I realized when I got back out of the ocean that my towel had disappeared. Someone stole my towel. Someone took my towel in the chair. Where'd they go? And then I looked down the beach like 100 yards. It was like that far. I had drifted that far in the ocean just by swimming, just by being in the ocean. Because what I'm saying is that when someone drifts, it's because they haven't paid attention to a fixed point. When you're in the ocean and you don't look at your towel, you don't look at your chair, you don't look at the person that's sitting there sunbathing because they don't like water. I don't like beach water either. It's too sandy, it's too salty. But if you don't pay attention to that fixed point, guess what happens to you? You start drifting. And if you've ever experienced that, go to the ocean at some point. You have my permission. Go on vacation. Go to the ocean and try it. Go in the ocean and just start swimming and not look at the beach. You will end up drifting one way or the other. I guarantee it. And you'll go, where's my towel? Did someone steal it? No, it's just down that way. And with our relationship with God, we don't just fall away from God like one day, because we've all met people, we go, man, it just seems like just overnight they just fell from God. Have you ever thought that? And honestly, between them and God, they know that they didn't just fall away from God one day. They chose at one point in their life that they didn't share with anybody, that they chose small little steps of walking away from God or drifting away from God. They stopped looking at Jesus, they stopped having a fixed point, and they end up drifting. And over time, they're like, how come I don't experience God anymore? How come I don't feel the presence of the Holy Spirit? How come I'm not passionate like I used to be? How come I'm not hungry for the things of God anymore? How come reading the Bible's boring? How come praying's boring? How come, we go into the worship service and, yeah, they're excellent, but man, I just don't like the songs anymore. Why? Because we don't cultivate the fire of God. We don't stir up the fire of God within our hearts. And over time, you will drift away from God. I don't care how good you are. I don't care how much you go to church. If you don't stir up that passion within inside of you, you will drift. And one day, it seems like to other people overnight, wow, that person was so hungry for God. They were so passionate about God. And all of a sudden, they just fall flat on their face. I've met people like that. I thought it was overnight. I thought just one day they decided to not follow Jesus. And I was like, how did that happen? I found out that it wasn't just one day. It was the year of ignoring the things of God. It was a year of being busy. It was a year of just life. It was just a year of not looking and having that fixed point of Christ. And they ended up drifting away from God, and that hunger started to die out. That fire started to die out. Now,